Well, it's that time again. But I have some good news about Pro Yakyuu World Stadium 91. It's the last Namco baseball game on the PC Engine. Of course, that's a little bit odd. Namco couldn't call their PC Engine baseball games Family Stadium like they did on the Family Computer, but then they didn't turn it into a yearly franchise like they did on the Family Computer. It's been a full 3 years since the previous version of the game on the PC Engine. Now, I'm not going to complain about there being less baseball. It's just that it reflects really poorly on Pro Yakyuu World Stadium 91. Because as I played it, I was thinking, this is barely more advanced than the original Family Stadium. Here, take a look at this. Tell me what the difference between this game and the previous Pro Yakyuu World Stadium is. Here, I'll even put them side by side for you. There's a handful of graphical differences, like the removal of the baselines for the indicator on where runners are, and it will tell you what the batter did in previous at-bats during the game. And that's it. When Pro Yakyuu World Stadium was released, it was starting to show its age a little bit. People were starting to expand on the Family Stadium model. Well, now it's 1991, and Pro Yakyuu World Stadium 91 is just the original Family Stadium from 1986 again. There's no team editing, there's only one stadium to play in, it doesn't have any team or player licenses, there's no season mode, no fielding improvements, no changes to how the batters behave. Namco has done absolutely nothing with this. It is so low effort and generic, I wonder why they bothered at all. It's not even like the yearly Famista entries, or at least they had a continual market and expectations of another game. Naturally, Pro Yakyuu World Stadium 91 uses the exact same control scheme that Namco pioneered for baseball games, so you'll press in a direction to choose your pitch, push a direction and hit a button to advance or return to a base, or if you're on defense, run over to or throw to the base. If you've played a baseball game that was made between 1986 and 2010, then you're familiar with how this works. One problem that I had, and it might have just been the team selection, is that my pitchers kept getting exhausted after only 1 or 2 innings. So in my first game, my entire pitching roster was exhausted at the start of the 8th inning. There was a new feature added in Pro Yakyuu World Stadium 91 that I couldn't try out. That was allowing you to play the game with 4 human players. I read the manual to try to figure out how duties were divided when you had 2 human players on the same team, and the manual said absolutely nothing about it. So I had to try to play by myself a bit. And the answer turns out to be that players alternate controlling the batters, and on defense, player 1 controls the infield and player 2 controls the outfield. What did Japanese players think of Pro Yakyuu World Stadium 91? Well, I don't have anything except the magazine reviews from the time of release, and those don't really tell you what the popular opinion was. I did get kind of negative reviews at that point, but I'd hesitate to read too much into that. Players these days look at 91 and wonder why it's just a copy of the first World Stadium. Setting aside my general world weariness about baseball games, Pro Yakyuu World Stadium 91 plays fine. If it had released in 1989, it would have been an average baseball game. In 1991, it would have been severely behind the times, and if I bought it at that point, I probably would have been mad about it. Decades later, and it's just another baseball game for the pile. If you really wanted to play an 8-bit baseball game and happened to grab this one, then it's likely you wouldn't have any complaints. There's also nothing here worth recommending it either.